Okay. Let's just do our best to try to get into the last phase tonight. See what kind of damage we can cause once we're there. I mean, at least he said it in piss chat. It's working. Okay. Remember to fix your party lists. Oh, also, Dante, you have your thing on, right?
Think?
Your marking thing.
Oh, yeah. I do.
Okay, yeah, if you have AM on, then Volar, make sure you turn yours off. Otherwise, they'll try to overwrite each other. So, okay, perfect. Thank you. Just so we don't run into the issue. Alrighty, otherwise, check your food, check your gear. Well, that's good. It should be. All right. Threes are in. Towers are at A and C. Fours are in boy dog towers. Ones are in boy cat towers. And twos are in apple dog towers. Top up now. Get near your groups, swaps, BD starting point. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge fire and slots.
Oh, I didn't get the for my new heal.
Shit, I tried. I couldn't reach him.
But
That's okay. It happens. Work around it. You say the penance you get is you get to take damage. Keep in mind damage will be a little goofy here, so just be aware of it. Line up. I is at 3, I is at 3, out. Going far. I is at 3, going far. That's okay. That looks pretty close to right. So I'm guessing it just snapped off a second. All good. That's a little odd, but all good. are in. Towers are A and D. Apple dog. Boy cat towers. 4s are in. Apple dog again. 1s are in. And boy cat 2s are in. Pop up. Starting at 2-4, ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours. Dodge fire. And spots. Much damage. Make sure it dies when it's supposed to, not too early. Get ready to line up. High is at 2. Out. Out. And going far. High is at 2. Going far. Almost. All good. All good. Threes are in. Powers are B and C. Missing R1. That's okay. That's alright. It happens. Debuffs. Threes are in. Towers are A and D. Apple and dog. Fours are in. Boy cat. Ones are in. BC again. BC again. Twos are in 80. Top up. Look at your debuffs. We're starting at 2-4. And ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge fire. And get to your spots. Nice job. Alright, we'll line up. I is at 4. I is at 4. Male sides. Male sides. And going close after. I is at 4. Going close. Use the back of the letters. Just too far out. That's okay. Alright, threes are in. Yeah, he was on the wall. He's just out of position. So, A and B towers. C and D towers. One's in A and D towers. I think we missed group 1-3, so all good. Nope, that's okay. All good. That's okay. It happens. Just gotta refocus. Remember, the first couple minutes of this fight are the ones you have to really kind of lock in on. And then when we get to P3, Hello World's a little bit more brain off-ish. Because you just kind of follow the flowchart. Threes are in. Threes are in. Towers are at C and D. Fours are in. Towers are at A and D. Ones are in. Towers are at A and B. And twos are in. Towers are at B and C. starting at 2 and 4. Get your debuffs. Two's out. 3's out. 4's out. Dodge fire. And get to your spots. Okay. Get ready to line up. I is in B as in boy. Male sides, and then you're going far. I is in B as in boy, going far. No swaps. Cat, apple. Cat, apple. No swaps. To the wall. Get to cleave at the end of this cast. 2 cleaves now. We're going straight in. Middle. Shield is up by A1. Shield is up by A1. Male's dying quick, female is low, so just make sure it dies at the right time, not too early.
That's too fast, that's too fast.
We should be okay. Mid should be fine. Still a little quick, but we should be alright. Alright, purple step forward, white step back. Get to your spots. In. In. Lots of 2s. Right. Red is defamation. Red is defamation. Christmas Tether's going to red. First set, red is defamation. Christmas Tether's going to red. Pick up your colors, break your tethers. Alright, second set, red is defamation. Christmas tethers are going to red. Pick up your color, break the green tether, stay away from all the other colors. Third set, red is defamation. Red is defamation. Christmas tether's going to red. Pick up your color. Break your tether. Stay away from the colors. Alright, this will be the last set. Red is defamation. Everyone else, you're going to blue. Break the blue tether, get away from all the colors. Beat up the boss. Alright, get towards D, we'll top up, we'll shield. All that fun stuff. Do not greed the monitors. Be safe with them. 2's going out. Monitor is hitting. D as in dog. Monitor is hitting. D as in dog. I'm stupid. My brain did something dumb. I'm amazed only Voller died. My brain did something hella dumb. I don't know what the hell I thought I saw. Anyway. It's fine, just kill it. Just kill it, we'll be fine. I'm an idiot. How the fuck that didn't kill anyone? I have no idea. Anyway. Here, have chain. Sorry about that. Anywho. Wave cannon. Stack. No swaps. Back to your spots, out of the hitbox. Watch the floor. In. Stacks with the swap. Back to your spots, last set. Move. Don't get baited. Wait. Wait. In. Throw anything extra you have to push this. Need it under 20. Nice job. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look and see where those fucking things shot.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was
nuts.
fucking the most ridiculous thing I've seen in a while. Anyway. Alright, Dante's taking 2 hits. Remember to mitt this accordingly. Remember, blue plus is the outside pair. Fun stuff. Blues to beetle. Blues to beetle. We're the outside pair, Ruby.
Yes, yes.
Yep. Okay. Stack. Go to your fists. Monitor is hitting A as in apple. Alright, we're looking at beetle. We are heading towards C. Heading towards C. Wrong way, Ruby.
Oh, sorry, I saw that completely backwards.
We're okay. I saw it. We're fine. I saw what you were doing. Wait to break this. Wait. Wait. Make sure we can tell. Break it now.
I misclicked Fate. You won't have it on Omega.
That's fine. That's okay. Burn hard. Make sure we mitt this next hit. Time comes.
Light up.
And yes, line up. Alright. Find the hands. We're heading towards 3. Heading towards 3. It's going to be close. We are making a smiley face. Close. In front of your markers. In front of your way-marks. Look at your marker. In a little bit. North is C3, or sorry, north is A1. A1. North is the A1 area. Middle of your towers. Yeah, north was 1. North was 1. It was
it?
weird.
Yes.
Yeah, North was 1. The eyes of the smiley were 1.
Because I just couldn't find it, so that's probably my missed tower. I was looking at what I'm like, that's not north to me. But...
That's okay. That's okay. We were playing with borrowed time on that run anyway from P3, so we'll just run it back. Let's get up to there though. Get there, get through that little bit, get through the next thing, and go see the cutscene. Threes are in. AC towers, threes are in. Fours are in BD towers. Ones are... Oh, we did reset that. That's alright. Threes are in. Threes are in. Towers are at A and B. Apple and boy. Fours get ready. Fours are in. Towers are at cat and dog. Ones get ready. Towers are at apple and dog. And twos get ready. Towers are at boy and cat. Top up. Look at your debuffs. We're starting at 2 and 4. Ones are out. Counterclockwise.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Twos. Threes. Fours. Touch fire. That's okay. We can reset that. On my screen, you weren't past me yet. On mine, I went around you. You were in the hitbox and I was on the edge, so it must have just been a weird latency thing. I did see you run past, but... Huh. I have no idea. That's odd. Alright, threes are in. Threes are in. Towers are at dog and boy. Fours are in. Apple cat. Ones are in. Apple dog. And twos are in boy cat. pop up. Starting at 1-3, ones are out. Clockwise. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge fire and spots. Okay. Tank stuff. We'll line up. I is at C is in cat, under female, under female, under female, going far. I is at C is in cat, going far.
I'm missing square.
I think square got turned around. I think square just got turned around.
My square buddy's not north of me.
Hey, your square buddy was at A. That's okay. One thing that can always help as well, at least it helps me on the Kemple, but one thing that always helps me when we do it is you weren't triangle, Leon, I was triangle. You were square. You were square. I was gonna say you were her square buddy, because you were standing on A next to me, and I was like, but my buddy was up at yep, because I was at 1 and my buddy was at 3. That's okay. No, what I was saying was one thing that can help a lot in that particular mechanic is depending on the control scheme you use, I always find making sure that once you find the eye, you keep the eye like centered at what you're looking at. It can help a lot with like figuring out where you're going. Like always keeping a mental track of where that eye is. Towers are B and D.
Playing the sound helps a ton.
Yes. Well, for finding it on
On the
like,
eye,
on
yeah.
Origin, yeah. Right, fours are in A and D towers. I'm saying like after the male female, once you dodge it, you know, make sure you look at it. Because then if you don't lose track of it, it's not going to be a huge deal. Towers are at A and Z. Two, 4, ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge fire. And spots. sure it dies.
Oh my god, a double critical direct hit. Time to die.
Welcome to far male sides.
Right.
Alright, get ready to line up. I is at D, I is at D under female, and going close. I is at D as in dog. Use the back of the numbers, back of the numbers.
So back of the numbers, Bell. You were on the front of the numbers there.
Yeah, you guys are going to the wrong side of the markers.
Like I said, one thing that can help
Just get
a
yourself
lot.
between the markers if it's short, and honestly, if you're getting confused.
Yeah, you can use notches too. But yeah, one thing that, like I said, best advice I can give anyone doing that mechanic is once you are there, think through the positioning, so once you're going into position, best thing you can do is kind of follow a set of logic for movement. So when you're in your line, first thing you want to do is obviously, look at what you have. Understanding in the line, does that mean I'm group 1 or group 2 and what am I? Whether, whatever that is. When you dodge, once you dodge whatever male female are doing, at that point, focus your camera at the eye if you aren't already doing it. And at that point, just keep the eye in your frame of reference the entire time. And then just mentally picture, say the eye was at A. If you picture the width of the eye, everything that's within the width of the eye is going to die. So you have to basically so say you it's easier, I guess, technically speaking, with it's easier if you view the eye from any particular point. So say the eye was A. If it's close, the markers that are to the sides of that line, so if you're to draw a line down where that is, A to C, just picture the back half of these number markers as a runway. And you just need to be on the edge of this runway, right? Or if you were on this side of it, the back of this part of the runway. If the eye's on a number, it's a little bit harder, but you can follow the same logic. Find the back point of the circle. This is your runway. If it's far, it's easy. Look at the eye, and then obviously just get all the way to the wall. But that would be my best. That would be my best advice for it. But yeah, all good. We will get there. This, honestly speaking, party synergy is the worst mechanic in this fight, technically speaking. But the best thing you can do is focus on the eye. If you never lose sight of what the eye is, that's gonna help a lot. The other thing I'll say is just keep in mind, if you're square and circle, there is no matter what pattern it is, if you keep the eye in your frame of reference, square and circle are always directly left and right from the eye. Obviously, X and triangle have a little bit more leeway in what they have to do, because they either, are approaching it or going away, but that's one thing that can help with that part. But all good. We'll just keep trucking along. That mechanic's just the one thing you gotta lock in on. Okay, 3s are in. Look, you think you hate top until Kefka starts doing question mark X's, and then you're really gonna fucking hate that.
Fuck you for thinking that. Don't bring that into the world.
1s are in CD towers. 2s are in AV towers. Here's 7 sets of X's, but 5 of them are fake.
You have to solve the puzzle throughout the fight, which give you clues. Figure out which
Yeah,
ones are.
they're all the same color, on the same color
Okay,
fucking
calm
board.
down, Mickey Mouse Club. It's not a secret tool that's helping us later, okay? We're starting at 2 and 4.
They all
Ones
fit
are
in
out.
the square hole.
Twos are out. 3s are out. 4s are out. No, that's the trick. See, he's gonna have different kinds of question marks. You
You're gonna have
find the
exclamation mark.
I was gonna say you have to find the exclamation point Exa.
I just want him to taunt us every time we die.
Yeah, you definitely will.
Make sure it dies on time. Not too early.
No!
It's close enough.
Lies.
Listen, you saw the cast bar. That's sometimes the best that can happen. Alright, line up. I is at 1. Under female. And going far. So I is at 1. Going far. That was C. That's okay. I saw the angle on it and I was just like, I'm not sure if that's right. And I was trying to figure out if I was wrong. Yes. Yeah, like I said, always focus on the eye as soon as you get into position for male-female, and it'll make your life a lot easier to comprehend. Alright, 3s are in, towers are at B and D. Fours are in, A and B. Ones are in, C and D. And 2s are in, A and C.
It's a weird color.
Alright, we're starting at 1-3, 1s are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Get to your spots. one other thing that might help people, just remember, if you are an X or a triangle, you will never be standing on the same type of marker as what the eye is. So if the eye is on a letter, X and triangle will always be on numbers, and vice versa. And purple and square and circle will always be on the same thing the eye is on. Don't know if that'll help anyone, but it might. So you can kind of use that to check yourself as well. Like, if you're X or triangle and you know the eye is on A, you should never be running to B, C, or D, because it's never going to be right. Alright, line up. I is at D as in dog, under male, under male, under male, and then going far. I is at D as in dog, going far. X's are swapping 4-2. X's are swapping. To the wall. Ffxiv. Mail, we're going straight in. Find shield, which is at C as in cat. Male's dead, female's low. Same deal as last time. Try to let it get to the E and shower before you kill it. Okay, it's good to die whenever. Line up. Purples will move forward, whites will move back. To your spots. In. Back out. In. Pots and twos. Red. Sorry, blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. Remember your movement lanes. Blue is defamation. Christmas tethers are going to blue. Pick up your colors. Break your tether. Yeah, that was just a late blue break. Was all. That's okay. Are in. Towers are at B and C, way and cat. Fours are in B and D towers. ones are in A and D towers. And 2s are in A and C towers. We can top up in 1 second. Starting at 1-3, ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Okay. Fours are out. Dodge fire, get to your spots. Boss is going to be high, so keep that in mind. Everyone should be hitting. We'll actually possibly want the LB. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, I'll let it fly. We're gonna need the LB. Not to hit the wall. Throw a little extra if you have to. See if we can't push this. It's gonna be a weird phase. Be safe, do as much damage as you can. Alright, get ready to line up. I is in C is in cat, male sides, and then go in close. Use the back of the numbers, No swaps, 1-4. No swaps, 1-4. Nice job. Behind the marker. Stuff. Beat up the boss. Free cleave. Make sure you're hitting male. Arrows coming at us, but going slightly to the right. Not much, but slightly to it. Shields at 3. Female is high, so everyone should hit as normal. And male is going to be high, so. Everyone hit female. Shouldn't need to throw anything too crazy extra, but everyone just continue to hit. Everyone just hit until it dies. Nice recovery. Also, I saw the pot ruby. Thank you for doing that. Alright, purple step forwards, white step back. In. Back out. In. Blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. Christmas tethers. You will go to blue. Remember your movement lanes. First set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers go to blue. tethers. Or pick the colors. Break the green tether. Stay away from the colors. Alright, next set. Blue is defamation. Christmas tethers go to blue. Pick up the colors, break the tether. Third set, blue is defamation. Colors cannot pass to each other. Blue is defamation. Colors cannot pass to each other. Pick up your color. Break your tether.
Are we dead?
Were they too close to each other?
Yes. They must have been.
I thought you were right behind me. I guess you went all the way.
You went to the other side, but it looked like they were fine. Yeah, you must have just been, you must have just barely tapped each other with that. Would be my guess. That's okay. That is alright. It happens. Okay, threes are in. Threes are in, towers are at boy and dog. Fours are in, apple cat. Ones are in, apple boy. Twos are in, dog cat. Your debuffs, figure out what you're doing. We're starting at boy dog. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge fire. And spots.
It's getting dusted.
Yes, yes it is. Alright, we'll line up. I is at A. I is at A under female. That is an interesting setup. We're going close, behind the numbers. Behind the numbers. It's a little runway. Squares are swapping boy apple. Squares are swapping boy apple. It was an interesting pattern of every person tethered to the person they're next to. You're good to cleave. Hitting male will be going straight in, slightly to the left. Shield's at 2. Shield is at 2. Female has just gotten absolutely smoked, so just keep that in mind. And male's not doing much better. So definitely watch damage, bring some stuff forward. Alright, it's good to die. Alright, purple move forward, white back. Stay still. In. Back out. In. Hot. Twos. Blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. Christmas tethers will be going to blue. Blue is defamation. Christmas tethers going to blue. Pick up your colors. Break your tethers. Stay away from the colors. Second set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers going to blue. Pick up your color. Break green. Stay away from the colors. Third set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers going to blue. Pick up your color. Wrong way, don't take. Break your tether. That might be too late, blues. Last set, blue is defamation. Everyone else going to red. You can't pass to each other, so just run through the middle. Okay, break that. And we're gonna pray RNG is nice to us.
Wow, they're like the same number.
Yeah, we're gonna pray RNG is nice and it.
Nope.
Nope. Unfortunate. Give me 1 second before you pull again. Okay, all good. Good to go now. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not so much you don't want to be thinking as much as when you're comfy with it, you know, it's one of those phases where the movements will start to feel automatic, I guess, is a better way to put it. Because it requires less processing than, like, say, what do you call it? requires less processing than say like Party Synergy does. Okay. This man's gill capped and he says he's poor. Alright, threes are in. Towers are at B and C. Fours are in, towers are at A and B. Ones are in, towers are at C and D. And twos are in, towers are at A and B.
Poor Volar, they really made you run. Dude, I was the same number as you, and I just stayed in the same spot the whole time and just watched you run across the entire arena twice.
We're starting at 2-4, ones are out. Clockwise. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge fire. And spots. Okay, just make sure it dies. Alright, line up. I is it A is an apple. Under female, and then we're going close. Use the back of the number markers. Back of the number markers. Back of the numbers. Squares are swapping dog cat. Squares are swapping. Alright, I'll get cat. You can grab Ruby. Feel free to cleave. Dodging straight in slightly right. Both are high, so I'm gonna throw chain at this. Or this. Yeah, it's gonna be too. Double DPS death is gonna be rough. That's okay. All good. Are in. Towers are at B and D. Floors are in. Towers are at C and D. Ones are in. Apple. Cat. Apple. Cat. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
What happened?
Did someone Pokeball?
Yeah, me.
Oh.
Oh.
I was standing at A and the timers just all froze and everything was just standing there. I was like, oh, well. And I was 2, so like I had to pick up, so I'm just like,
Because you're not Pokeballed, you're just here.
It's just like, well, shit. Alright, we're all good. Yeah, exactly. At least it happened right at the start. Okay, 3s are in. Towers are at A and D. Fours are in A and C.
We're dead.
You hijacked that.
Oh, were you fucking 4-2?
Yeah.
Damn it.
And then I ran to the other one hoping you would follow me there so we would at least just have them both, but we just got spun around. That's okay. Alright, 3s are in. Towers are at A and D. Fours are in. Boy cat. Ones are in. Cat dog. Twos are in. Apple boy. Alright, 2-4. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. And fours are out. Nice job working around the lack of speed out of here. I is in C is in cat. Nail sides. And then going close. I is in C going close. That's okay. Yep, all good. We can actually take 5 right now.
Dog ass,
We can just
dude.
do that.
I hate male side.
Let's take our
Me
5
too.
right now. Yeah, let's take 5 right now while Leon's doing what he's got to do. It's all good. We'll get there. Like I said, party synergy is kind of the most annoying mechanic in this fight, so just got to work around it. I'll be back. It's going to be interesting when we suddenly have cross data center PF. It'll be interesting to see how much like people travel to other data centers. Like you get all these people advertising for like clubs on Primal tonight. It'll be interesting to see how many people actually move around or just kind of hang out. Yeah, but now people can go home. Yeah, and that's how it goes. Okay, just waiting on Leon and Cat. Not too bad. Okay. Why am I just picturing Kat having this exact conversation in a 14 club and it just being the most awkward thing ever?
Now I'm picturing it too.
He's just standing there and there's just fucking nobody's responding. Just the most awkward conversation.
Oh, how long have I not had food on?
Probably, probably 5-10 minutes, I would guess. And yes, fix your party lists. He's just at the club like, I'm here to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
And you get off that pre-workout.
Hey, if it works, I'm not gonna judge it.
Ow.
Wow, Ruby, why you turn on your summoner stand?
I left Titan on. My bad.
Alright, breeze are in. Towers are at B and C. Fours are in, towers are at boy and dog. Ones are in, apple cat. And twos are in, apple dog. Top up. Look at our debuffs. And get where we need to get to. Starting at 1-3, ones will be out. Twos. Threes. Fours. Touch fire and spots. Damage looks good, so just keep hitting away. I is at D is in dog. I is at D out. Out. And then we're going close. I is at D is in dog. Use the back of the numbers. Back of the numbers. X's are swapping. 3, 2. X's are swapping. 3, 2. And markers. Ffxiv. Arrows coming right at us. You're gonna go straight to the middle. You're getting mail. Shields at A. Shields up at A. Damage looks good. Just make sure it dies when it's supposed to, and not too early. Make sure it dies. Purple forward, white back. In. Back out. In. Right. On 2. First set. Red is defamation. Red is defamation. Christmas tethers will be going to red. First set. Red is defamation. Christmas tethers going to red. Pick up your color, break the green tether. Stay away from the colors. Second set, red is defamation. Christmas tethers going to red. Pick up your color, break your tether. Third set, red is defamation. Colors cannot pass to each other. Pick up your color.
Close again?
Must have been, but that's interesting.
Are you all the 2 defas?
Yeah, we were the 2 defas. Yeah, no, we were too close. I'm guessing the Star Diver just put you right
Does Star
in.
Diver move your hitbox?
It does,
Yeah.
yes.
Might want to
Okay.
refrain from doing that at that
All
particular
good.
time. It's happened twice tonight.
But doesn't it move you forward, not to the side? If you were the 2 defas, that shouldn't move you closer to the other defa.
Yeah, but if it moves him
It
towards
would
the
if it's at an
plus,
angle.
Yeah,
It would at an angle.
that's why I can't effort dash during that part either.
It's just weird because we normally safe to be max melee.
Yeah, I don't know. I can always be back further too, so it's fine. Just gotta play it safer. Cores are in. Towers are at A and D. Towers are at B and C. Towers are at B and C again. Alright, top up. Starting at 2-4. Ones are out. Two's out. Three's out. Four's out. Dodge fire. Get to your spots. Get ready to line up. Look at your debuff. I is at C. Male sides, male sides. Going close. I is at C as in cat. Back of the numbers. Back of the number markers. No swaps, 1-4. No swaps, 1-4. And the marker. Ready, I'll be able to bleed at the end of this cast. Bleed now. Arrow's coming right behind us to dodge to the sides. Doesn't matter which. Just pick a side. Right. Nine shield homie. He's over at C. Do not throw too much. It is low, so just be aware of that.
Man, close there.
Alright. Purple will move forward, white will move back. In. Back out. In. Alright, pods and twos. First set, blue is defamation, blue is defamation, Christmas tethers will be going towards blue. First set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers to blue, now they run time. Blue is defamation. Pick up your color. Break your tether. Stay away from all the other colors. Second set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers heading to blue.
Wrong side, Bill.
You were the blue tether.
Yeah, remember the color is based on the person who has the marker, not the tethers. So you always just want to make sure that, like, yep, that's okay. It happens. It happens. Just got to remember that threes are in. Threes are in. Towers are at C and D. Fours are in B and C. Ones are in A and D. And twos are in A and B. Top up. Starting at AC. Starting at AC. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Match fire and spots. Alright, watch damage, this thing's getting just destroyed. Alright, it can die. Alright, line up. I is at C is in cat, under female, going close. Back of the numbers, back of the number markers. Squares are swapping to 1. Squares are swapping. And the marker. Show. Get ready, we'll leave in a second. Go straight into the middle. Straight into the middle, make sure you're hitting male. Shield is at 2. laser shower going. Female is a percent or two higher, but not a huge deal. Just hit, make sure she dies when she's supposed to. Make sure it dies. Okay. Purple will move forward, white will move back. In. And back out. In. Pops and twos. Blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. The Christmas tethers will be going towards the blue puddle. First set. Blue is defamation. Christmas tethers. Pick up the color. Break your tether. Alright. Second set. Blue is defamation. Christmas tether to the blue puddle. Pick up your color. Break your tether. Third set. Colors cannot pass to each other any longer. Blue is defamation. Christmas tether to the blue puddle. Pick up your colors. Break your tethers. Last set. Blue is defamation. Everyone else come to the red puddles. Break the blue tether. Get away from the colors. Okay, we're heading towards D. Line up. Twos are coming out. A couple seconds. Alright. Monitor is hitting B as in boy. Monitor is hitting B as in boy. Ruby, you're doing what I did last time. You made it. Nice.
Cool.
I saw it, I'm like, shit, I know this story. That's me. Okay. Heat up the box. There will be a swap. Stacks with a swap. Back to your spots, out of the hitbox. Out of the hitbox, watch the floor. In, stacks. Back to your spots, last one, don't get baited. There will be a melee swap at the end. Move, stacks with a swap, don't get baited, out of the hitbox. Stay out of the hitbox, wait. Into the hitbox. Damage looks good. Save some gauge, bring it forward. Remember, you're holding your twos here, only throwing ones. Dante needs tank stance on, so he has the boss, and we'll be all good. 1 hit. 2 hit. Start your long mitts. Now. Make sure it's right on the box. Blue tethers will go to Beetle. Plus on the outside. Blues to Beetle.
Outside, Leon.
Find your buddies. Stack. Go to your hands. Monitor is hitting B as in boy. Nice job. We're looking at Beetle. We are compressing towards B as in boy. Yep. Perfect.
I saw that completely backwards.
Oh, were you on the wrong spot?
But yeah, someone else died though, so I don't know what happened over there.
That's a good question. Okay. All good. All good. Were you one of the non-marks? Gotcha. Yep. So, yeah, keep in mind, I know that's what Macy's trying to kind of show here. If you look at, like, say we're coming towards C, one thing you can use to kind of help you eyeball using the markers, if say far is right here. If far is right here on the wall, what you can do is you go towards the Beetle side of the room, and then kind of like the runway I was talking about with the eye in P2, you just use the back of this marker, or like the outside edge of this marker, and you just go away from Beetle all the way to this corner. Now, what I will say is, it's not great. If you do it right, you could be on the Beetle side, and this is technically going to work, but it's a lot less safe. So what I'll say is, if you find yourself on the wrong side, use the bottom, use the outside edge to make sure you get to either 2 spokes out. Just be aware that if you're on the side closest to Beetle, because of how compressed it is, as soon as you see the far jump go off, kind of move in a little bit so that you get away from the jump that's going to be landing here, and you close a little bit of distance from the far tether. Not to say it's going to do anything, like if the far jump made it to you, kill us, stack's a stack, but just something to bear in mind.
Also, Leon, I don't know if you saw that adjustment I did there. I just want to make sure. So when we had blue tether, you were supposed to go to the wall and bait the fist.
Oh.
But I saw you were running into the center, so I went to bait it.
Yep. So yeah, just remember, if you are a person that is... Okay, so we'll go over it quick. So just remember, there's a couple things. If you are the person that's in the outer edge, so like the outside pair, if you're that outside pair, which is going to be the pair that's stretched to begin with, that's going to be collapsing in, the outside pair always baits the 2 fists on the wall for blue. So basically, if you are the plus marker, or if you're the plus marker, or you are the
outside relative
yes.
to the marker, like tethered people.
Towards B. So like if you were to, I'm gonna use Carby. If say me and Carby were blue tethers, like Carby was, on this half of the room, Beetle's at B, you know, me and Carby are two different independent pairs. If I'm the outside pair, I'm taking the fist that's right here. Carby is going to, once we do the stack, Carby's going to be the one to run kind of towards C to snap his tether and bait the cleave off the middle. Or bait the shield lob off the middle. So, like, as they're saying, in and out, for blue only, the in and out, and I mean, I guess to a degree green, but the in and out on those things, if you are the outside blue tether, you are taking the fists closest to you. The two fists on the outer edge of the room. If you're the inside blue pair, you are baiting the male in the middle of the room. So, like, everything you do in this phase...
No, Leon, your partner was plus. So you were on the outside blue tether.
Yep. So if you're the plus or you're paired to the plus, then you two are going to be responsible for baiting the fists that spawn on the sides of Beetle. If you are the other pair, then you're baiting the middle. And then the easy way to remember it is, like, yep. So one thing I can do, like, Ruby, if you come over here for a second. Over to me by 3. So, like, one thing you can kind of use when you're doing any setup for this phase, because the initial setup makes life a lot easier. So, when you do your initial setup, always try to do something kind of similar to what Ruby and I are doing right now. Before you kind of collapse into your positions, each group should kind of have set up a mental, like, lineup, right? So, like, there's going to be one very distinct pair closer to the edge of the arena and one distinct pair closer to the middle on both sides. Those are telling you what you're doing. So if you're the edges, if you're the two pairs that are closer to that, you know, closer to Beetle and closer to Final, you are the ones baiting the fists that are surrounding Beetle and Final. If you're the two people in the middle or closer to the center of the room, then you are baiting the fists or you're baiting male. So you kind of just use that to remember where you're going, if that makes sense. And as Macy said, like, and so AM is marking, the person who gets the far debuff with a plus.
Did you just
over
say
there.
inside is baiting fists? Did I hear you right?
Inside is baiting fists, or if you're green, you're baiting these fists. They are in the two center line fists.
I thought you were still talking about blue. I think that was the confusion.
No, I'm saying for either pair. I'm saying every pair is going to have one distinct outside person and one distinct inside person. The outside pairs are baiting the fists that are spawning around the two bosses, whether that be Final or that is Beetle. Because two fists are spawning to the flanks of Final and two are spawning to the flanks of Beetle. Those are being handled by the two people closest to the edge of the room. The other two people are responsible for everything that's happening down the middle line of the room, with the greens baiting these two fists up here and the blues baiting beyond defense off of male, if that makes sense. Hopefully that didn't just make that more confusing, but... But yeah, basically the outside people need to always bait outside. And the inside people are doing something closer towards that midline of the room.
I made a very crude photo in general.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's effectively what I'm saying.
You forgot the plus, Ruby. Where's your plus?
Yeah, so that's one thing the toolbox does slightly differently than what we're doing. So I see where the confusion might be coming in. That's one thing that the toolbox does differently than the sim. So that explains why it was off. And that's what Kat was saying with that. So what we're doing is we're we're breaking the outside pair first, and then the inside pair is breaking as they run to Beetle. And the reason we're doing that is because, so the reason we're doing that is because the inside pair staying shorter is the one responsible for doing the adjust. So that's why we have them doing that. Yeah, so as far as like positioning, does that kind of make sense, Leon? So the outside pair will be the pair that stands on the feet and then collapse on the inside pair. So everything's fundamentally the same. Okay, hang on. Closer to Beetle. Yes. So okay, I can do this really easily. I just need one person. Be triangle. I need Macy, and I just need one other person to help pretend you're tethered to Ruby for me. I don't care who it is, but okay. So okay, we'll use Cat. Okay, so if these were our pairs, so Macy and I are tethered together. So Macy and I are hooked together, and Cat and Ruby are hooked together. If Carbuncle is Beetle, what's going to happen is Macy's going to go to one foot of Beetle, I'm going to go to the other foot of Beetle, and then Cat and Ruby are hooked together, so they're going to stand like that inside. And then once this happens, the debuff will go live. Macy and I will snap our tether, and we'll run, and we'll stack on our partners. The fists will bait, and then Macy and I'll run to the hands that are over there, and Ruby and Cat will do that, effectively, where Cat and Ruby will run towards B and D, and their tether will snap, and then they'll bait the Beyond Defense. Does that kind of help? Yeah, so I think the only confusion there, potentially, was, if you were tethered to Dante and Dante had a plus over his head, then you would have been the outside pair. Yeah, no, that's okay. And that'll just take a little bit of getting used to, because that's one thing that is different to the sim, depending, but yeah, so the easy way to do it is just look at your partner. If you see your partner has the plus, you two will always be baiting the fists. If your partner doesn't have the plus, then you will always be the inside pair for blue. Yep. No, it's a good question, and it's worth going over because, you know, it's... Which middle? Center middle? Yes. So if you consider Beetle like, how do I say it? The easiest way I can describe this is, oh, I see. He's asking Leon a question. Yeah, so basically what you want to look for is, you just want to make sure, yeah, center middle. Yep. Yeah. So you just want to make sure that basically you're doing those little setups kind of like the picture Ruby drew. If you line up like that with the plus pair on the outside, oh. Yeah, so that's kind of the easy way to do that. I want to check one thing to make sure I'm seeing it right, though. So they might be doing that right. So what it should look like, let me grab Snippy Tool. So in the raid plan, or in the toolbox, and it looks like they do it exactly like what Ruby was describing, but I'll throw it in general just so it's easy to track through. But if you look at the picture in general, that's exactly how that should look. The only distinction we're doing is the Paladin Dragoon in the picture are staying closer together until their fists spawn, so they have less room to adjust. But that, if you look at that picture from the raid plan, that's how that should look. So the long pair always goes out, the short pair always goes in. What? Why are you lost? Okay, I was like, how are you lost? I have a better picture. But okay, it's all good. It's just learning. Or relearning in this case, because we saw it a while ago, and now we didn't see it for like 2-3 months, and now we're seeing it again. So all good questions. We're figuring it out. So we just keep trucking along. But yeah, that's the crux of it. A lot of P5 comes down to just making sure you set it up right, and as long as it's set up right, you know, the bus kind of drives itself. But the initial setup is very important for making sure you survive everything accordingly. Okay. Alright, let's just get back there. Let's get through it. And do our thing. Look, it's like that stupid JonTron video with the, if you do the thing and you don't fuck it up, it works. It just works. All good. Bell was not moving though, so. Hang on, he's tight. We can accept that. Yep. Maybe, but he didn't hit. Oh no, we're good. I don't know. I got enough. People are moving, we're all good. BC Towers. Are in.
I don't feel like adjusting, Ruby. You do it this time.
No, you.
Oh, you.
Force are in BD Towers.
You're hitting his butt anyway.
I need to hit the flank.
Ones are in AC. Ones are in AC. And twos are in AD. we're starting at 1-3. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge fire. And go to your spots.
Surprised I didn't kill you guys with my missile blast.
Rude!
Ooh, I saw. Good job.
Sure dies.
I lost the GCD. That's it. I'm walling.
Look, but it stayed alive even longer than normal, which means you got that GCD back.
That's not how that works.
Nah, that's totally how that works. It was dying too fast. I made sure it didn't die too fast.
Macy gonna start popping arm's length during her burst now.
Ah, shit, I fucked up.
IZA. Under male. Under male and then going far. I is at A, going far. No swaps, apple cat. No swaps, apple cat. To the wall. Leave in a second. Leave. Make sure you're hitting male. Going slightly to the right. Shields at 4.
How's female's health?
She's fine. Like 36, so. And this is dying fast, so. It's kind of what it is. We should be fine on damage. If anything, it'll probably die fast, so watch damage. But yeah, it's dropping. Very quick. Alright, purple will move forward, white will move back. In. Back out. In. Pots. Twos. Blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. Christmas tethers. Go to the blue puddle. First set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers to the blue puddle. Pick up your color. Break your tether. Stay away from each other. Second set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers going to the blue puddle. Pick up your colors. Break your tethers and stay away from the colors. Third set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers go into the blue puddle. Colors can't pass to each other. Pick up your color. Break your tether. Last set, blue is defamation. Everyone else go to the red puddle. Alright, break that tether. Get away from all the colors. That's unfortunate.
Are we dead?
Bell, take that. Yeah, we're fine. The LB will get us up. We're gonna have to cook real hard on damage. So,
I just
monitors.
lost everything, so...
I know. Monitor's hitting D as in dog. Monitor's hitting D as in dog. Yeah, we're cooked there.
What happened there?
He came a little bit too close to me before my thing had gone off.
Oh.
Just got a
Remember,
little too close.
Not a race, it's a dance.
Okay. Nah, it happens. Just gotta be careful with what I saw you coming towards me and I tried to run away, but just didn't get away fast enough. Alright, threes are in, towers are at A and B. Fours are in, towers at A and B. Ones are in, towers are at C and D. And twos will be in, towers once again at C and D. Starting at 1-3, ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge fire. And spots. Just make sure it dies. Up. I is at C as in cat, under female, and then we're going close. We will use the back of the numbers,
Too far, Bell.
It's okay. Right. 1-4. 1-4.
Too many? Oh, gee.
That was that a rescue I heard? Or was that?
I don't know. Wasn't rescued by me. Maybe Voller did something, but I didn't. So
Never mind them.
It looks like he teleported over there.
you get to cleave. Arrows coming right at us. We'll go slightly northish when we go in, but not much. Alright. Shields a day. Shields a day.
He's getting demolished.
Yeah, and female's real heckin' low too, so you know, bring some stuff forward.
Jesus Christ.
We should be alright. That's more or less the right kill time. So it should be all good. Remember, purples move forward, white move back. In. Back out. In. Pots, twos. Blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. First set. Blue is defamation. Christmas tethers going to the blue puddle. Get your colors. Break your tethers. Stay away from all the colors. Second set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers going to the blue puddles. Pick up your color. Break your tethers. Stay away from all the colors. Colors can no longer pass to each other. Third set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers going to the blue puddle. Pick up your color. Break your tether. Stay away from all the colors. Last set, blue is defamation. Everyone else, you're going to the red puddle. Break the blue tether, stay away from all the colors. Alright, we're good to head towards D. Everyone to D. Make sure we top up and mid. These will be happening shortly. Ready for that. Be extra safe on monitors. Line up. Monitor is hitting. D as in dog. Monitor is hitting. D as in dog. Ruby, you're on the side with me. Southward.
Yeah.
Okay. You're all good. I saw you Beyblading. Alright, make sure it dies. First one, no swaps. Stacks, no swap. Back to your spots, out of the hitbox. Watch the floor. Watch the floor. In. Stack. Back to your spots. Don't get baited. Stack. Stay out of the hitbox. Wait. In. All good. Okay. It's basically under 20 already, so just bring forward stuff. Tank auto coming. Commit. Alright, remember, plus is the outside pair, blues to beetle. Rubina inside, right? Yep. Okay. Stack. Bingo. The monitor is hitting A as an apple. The monitor is hitting A as an apple. Alright, look at Beetle. We will be heading towards A as an apple. Watch the debuffs. Alright, wait to break. 2's happening now. You are good to break. Perfect. Bell should have hate. Bell should have hate. Get away from Bell. All good. Alright, remember to mitt. You do not have a spread low here, so just keep that in mind.
Line
That's
up.
good. Line up. Look for the fist. Heading to 4. It's going to be a close. We're making a smiley face. In front of your markers. Look at what you are. We're looking for the smiley face. We're looking at north and south. North is 2. North is 2. Center of your waymarks. Alright, chains in 1 are heading to female. Chains in 1 are heading towards A. We are going to start at 2, 4. It is a wait pattern. It is a wait pattern. Eventually triangle will end at D. Wait, 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 go. Eventually triangle will end at D as in dog. Remember the rings. All the way out, cat. More further out. Yeah.
Further in.
But yeah, what I meant, sorry, I meant away out as in away from them. But yeah, that was a weird call. So yeah, just remember you want to use that ring, that gold inner ring for both of them. Yep. So like the markers will be there. You'll have that one gold inner ring that you want to utilize, and that'll be the same for both that and the next. Yep. That's okay. No, the chains were right. Because the chains were me and I think Volar, and no, I didn't move. She started running, so I just stayed. Technically, we were flipped, but yeah, you were 1, and then you started moving, and I was oh, you were chained. Yeah, I saw you moving, so I just stayed. Technically speaking, Belle, you would have stayed there, and I would have gone, but you started running, so I was just like, okay. Because the chains just need to make sure they bait the arms. However they do it is not super relative. But yes, you should have been the one to stay in that case, and I would have been the one to keep going. But all good. All good. Almost right there. Okay. Alright, freeze are in. Towers are at boy and dog. Towers are at apple and cat. Fours are in. Ones are in. Towers are at apple and dog. And twos are in. They're at boy and cat. Starting at 1-3, ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. And fours are out. Touch fire, get to your spots. Boss is getting real messed up. Get ready to line up. Will be happening shortly. I is at 4. I is at 4. Male sides, male sides, male sides, and then going far. I is at 4. Going far. Squares are swapping 1-3. Squares are swapping 1-3. To the wall. Nice job. Get ready to cleave. 2 cleaves right here. Hero's coming in kind of right behind us, so you're ready to move slightly to the side. Shield at 3. Male's dead. Female is decently normal, so just be aware she probably
Male went down kinda
needs
fast.
some health damage. Yeah, she's dying decently quick. She can die though. Whatever.
That was fast.
Yeah, it was like a GCD fast. It'll be fine. Purple forward, white back. In. Back out. In. spot. Twos. Red is defamation. Red is defamation. Christmas tethers will go to the red puddle. Red is defamation. Christmas tethers go to the red puddle. Pick up your color. Break your tether. Get away from the colors. Alright, second set. Red is defamation. Christmas tethers going towards the red puddles. Pick up your color. Break your tether. Stay away from the other colors. Colors can't pass to each other. Third set. Red is defamation. Christmas tethers going towards red. Pick up your color. Break your tether. Stay away from the colors. Last set. Red is defamation.
There was a late pass between me and
I
Bill.
was gonna say, it must have been a late pass. That's okay. Yep. All good. That's all good. Just remember, you always want to pass, like, ASAP. And the people who have the puddles should make sure they are standing still.
And make sure you do at least one GCD on top of the person before moving.
Or if you're a person who likes audio cues, there's an audio cue when it passes. You'll hear it do an audio cue saying it duplicated. Alright, threes are in. Boy Dog Towers. I know that's what I always personally wait for. Fours are in. AC Towers. Ones are in. Apple Dog. And twos are in. Boy Cat. Another thing, if it helps, if you watch the marker over the person you're stacking to's head, you can see it like change when the second one shows up. Apple Cat. Ones are out. Twos are out.
Sorry, I tried.
That's okay. Shit happens. We'll just reset.
I just didn't react fast enough.
It's okay. Things happen. Not the end of the world.
Well, that's rude.
Yeah. No mana for you.
Alright, threes are in. Towers are at C and D. Fours are in, towers are at A and D. You missed a tower. Alright, 3s are in. Towers are at A and D. Fours are in A, B. Ones are in C, D. Twos are in B, C. Okay. Look at your debuffs. We're starting at 2-4. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge fire, get to your spots. Line up. I is at A. I is at A. Out. Out. And then going far. I is at A. Going far. Yeah, the best thing you can do if I call out is if you're looking at male, run 90 degrees off of him. That's always the safest play. Yeah, it basically, well, what Ruby said, but with the caveat, don't run off that line towards female.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, if you start in the center of if you go to the center of the room and you find where male is, if you run 90 degrees off that line, so like if male's at D, if you run towards B or C, you'll he'll never be directly on D, but you know what I'm saying. If he was in between, say, D and 3, if you run between C and 2, you'll always be kind of safe. Yeah, that's why you don't. There's always two females 90 degrees off each other. But we can pull. There's always two females on the outside. They're always 90 degrees off of each other. We just ignore the one that's not in line with male. Threes are in. Towers are at B and C. Towers are at A and D. A and D. Towers are at dog and cat. They're doing their thing. Towers are at apple and boy. debuffs. We're starting at 1-3 and then 2 out. Going clockwise. 2s. 3s. 4s. Dodge and spots. Boss is dying decently quick. Sure, guys. Tank stuff. Get ready to line up. We have a few seconds. Okay, line up. I is at 3. I is at 3. Male sides. Male sides. Going close. Back of the letters. I is at 3. Back of the letters. X's are swapping. Cat boy. X's are swapping cat boy. Yeah, the markers. Get ready to bleed. Arrows coming at us from the sides. So we're gonna go straight into the middle. Then shield. It's over at 3. Female's a titch higher than normal, so damage should be fine. Just keep an eye on it. In case crits go goofy, keep an eye on it. Alright, make sure it dies. We'll line up, purples will move forward, white will move back. What you gotta do. In. Back out. In. Lots of 2s. Blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. Christmas tethers will go to blue puddles. First set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers go into the blue puddles. Pick up the color. Break your tether. Alright, second set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers go into the blue puddle. Pick up the color. Break your tether. Third set, blue is defamation. Christmas tethers go into the blue puddle. Colors can't pass to each other. Pick up your colors. Break your tethers. Alright. Last set. Blue is defamation. Everyone else go into the red puddles. Break
Thank
green
you, Lola.
tether. Get away from all the colors. Away from the colors. Alright, we'll head to D. Head towards D when you can. Get your shields, get your heals. Alright, we'll line up. Be extra safe. What you gotta do. Who's coming out? Monitor is hitting. D as in dog. Monitor is hitting. D as in dog. Nice job. Make sure it dies. Let it get about halfway through its cast and kill it. Alright, nice job. First set. Stack. Back to your spots. Out of the hitbox. Watch the floor. Watch the floor. In stacks. Last one. There will be a swap. Unfortunate stacks. Stay out of the hitbox. In. Try to get it under 20 if you can, but it's gonna be a tight push there. That's okay. That's all right. That is also time. So yeah, so we'll call it there. Obviously, we hadn't been really back in there since more or less Wednesday, because Thursday kind of got lost with the other issues. So all good. We had a handful of mistakes, but you know, we also did improve at some things compared to where we've been at. So just try to improve those again tomorrow. Let's make it our goal to try to get to P6 tomorrow. I'll have a sim up early like I did today. So if there is anything you don't understand or you have any questions on, anything at all you were not 100% comfortable with, jump in and ask. There's no such thing as a stupid question. So jump in and ask the questions, practice it, especially if you, I will say this, especially if you are not 100% rock solid on X's in P6. Like I know Kat jumped in today and we went over it. If you're not 100% certain how that movement looks on X's, jump into the sim and ask. They're not super hard to understand. Generally speaking, if you can understand the motion, I can explain it to you regardless of what your role is and how you need to approach it. Those X's should be something, generally speaking, if you understand them, we can get through them pretty easy. And that last phase really does boil down to knowing what your spot in the room is, knowing how to dodge those X's. And if you can execute on X's and you can execute on knowing how to spread to the proper spot in the room, you can do those two things. And that's like 95% of the last phase. There's obviously MIT, there's obviously some other things, but generally speaking, if you can do wave cannon and you can do X's, those two things are going to get you to the flares at the end of the fight. And the flares at the end of the fight are not super tough. And you clear the flares at the end of the fight as long as you don't botch the LB and nobody's died, we should have more than enough damage to kill it. So, you know, just little things, but we'll get there. We still got a couple days this week, so let's make it our goal to try to get this thing killed this week if we can, or get as close as physically possible. So either way, nice job, and we'll just be back at it tomorrow. Gonna be weird not having to jump to Dynamis when that happens.
It's gonna be nice.
It's
Yep.
gonna be real nice. It's just gonna be so strange to not have to do it. It'll be a good change for everybody because then people can use FC buffs if they want. You'll have access to your retainers. So it'll be interesting.